All right, so this is Classical Durkheimian Theory by Kylie Garcia. Classical Durkheimian theory is under the umbrella of sociological theories of suicide. The author of this theory is Emile Durkheim. He was a French sociologist. He's cited to be the principal architect of modern social science. So, the major tenets. Durkheim believed that there were two major causes of suicide. The first one is social integration, which are the people who voluntarily attach themselves to a group or society which they are members of. The second one is social regulation, which are the individuals who are restrained, constrained, or controlled by a group or society which they are members of. He said that people who experience either too little or too much social integration, as compared to a moderate amount, are more susceptible to suicide. He also said that people who experience too little or too much social regulation are also more susceptible to committing suicide. So, applications. According to Durkheim, there are 4 types of suicide: egoistic suicide, altruistic suicide, anomic suicide, and fatalistic suicide. Going back to the first one, egoistic suicide, that's caused by too little social integration. On the flip side of that, altruistic suicide is caused by too much social integration. The third one, anomic suicide, is caused by too little social regulation. And on the flip side of that one, number 4, fatalistic suicide, is caused by too much social regulation. So with every theory, there are critiques. But first, I'll say the good things about this theory. This theory is easily backed because there have been many studies that have found great support for this theory. For example, there is a study and they found that people who live alone can experience a lack of social integration, which is a powerful predictor of suicide. However, with all this support, there still are weaknesses in this theory because of the fact it only shines light on the sociological standpoint of suicide. As we know today, suicide can be caused by psychological aspects as well. This theory does not talk about the psychological aspects of suicide, which is its biggest weakness. So, for example, someone could live a quote-unquote great life, but be severely depressed and still commit suicide. And that is the biggest critique.